Alright, starting again. I'm trying to get this done in under 9 minutes because I don't want to do a third cut on this. What matters? Would understanding what life is help? I think the best explanation I've ever heard for what life is that life is the universe struggling to attain consciousness. Conceive of a universe before life, right? There was light, but there was none to see it. And instead it was a darkness of perception. Now I'm not disenfranchising the blind here or creatures that don't have eyesight. I'm using vision as a catch-all for just the capacity to sense things through any one of the senses or any combination of the senses. So as I say, there's darkness before life came. And then there are eyes of different sorts that can see and perceive the world. And those eyes gather in light, some of them, but they also create a field of vision. Within each of those fields there's a light that travels out. It's a light of perception. And even if it's something like a fruit fly that you just swat out of the sky, when you extinguish a being's existence, you take from the world a source of light that took eons to evolve and that can never be reconstituted. And I know I put John Donne in the class earlier, but I think it's really an important section, right? No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If a clod be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as for promontory were, as well as if a manner of thy friends or thine own were. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind, and therefore never send to know for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. It's beautiful. I would bend it and say, any creature's death diminishes me, because I am involved in life. And it may seem at the moment, if you perceive the world, that there are a lot of these light sources, these sort of perceptual points. But the universe is unimaginably a huge place, and we know of no other place where life actually exists. So when you extinguish a life, that source of unique perceptive light, you're taking away something that's part of a very brief and unique event, possibly. This may be the only place where the universe attains consciousness. And that is a really monumental thing. The universe can never get that back. And we know pretty certainly, we don't know everything about how the Zuns perceive the world, but we know that any creature that can perceive the universe wants to live in it free from harm. And we could theorize about it, but I guess some of it comes down to putting yourself in the position of the other and trying to understand things that way. I'm skipping over some stuff here that I would like to go into, but I think it's going to get too divergent from the main topic. So I'm going to just sort of move down here and just try to wrap it up. In this course we discussed the argument that only those who comprehend morality are entitled to it, and I'll present the thought now that that's an inherently flawed way of looking at the world. There's no clean way to really express it, but for convenience I'll say this. Unlike humans, who are more or less an aberration in nature, the Zuns, they get their instructions from God. Take that for what you want. I'm just saying, a lion kills an antelope because it must, because it's getting that signal, not because it has a choice. Humans are the ones who have choices. And we have the choice to choose mercy, the giving of mercy, right? And we have the choice to hold back and not use our power to smash the weak. So the mercy is the real issue, not the morality. And it's only mercy if it comes from a being who has a choice in the matter. And those entitled to mercy are those who can perceive the difference between receiving it and not receiving it. It doesn't matter if they have the capacity to give it or not, merely the capacity to perceive receiving it or not receiving it. And in matters of mercy, if I have nothing else to teach, I'll teach that I believe it's best to err on the side of compassion. Now, another thing that's come up quite a bit is some people choose to see everything as a sort of simplistic humans versus the Zuns, but that's a false dichotomy. What's good for the Zuns is good for people too. Public Enemy got it sort of right with fear of a black planet, but the bigger struggle is going to be getting past fear of a green planet. Would there be anything so terribly wrong with an Earth with maybe a lot fewer people living on it, but living closer to the land, with all the advantages of good technology we've developed, and leaving behind that which has created problems? But in our greed and our relish in smashing the weak, we've kind of set a course for ruin, and I'm railing against it. I hope you will too. But it's that relish in causing suffering to the weak, and those people who enjoy that, they depend on the canon that we face a simple choice between either helping humans or helping Zuns. Divide and conquer, right? George Angel, who started the Massachusetts Society for Protection of Cruelty to Animals, was asked why he devoted so much time and resources to helping animals, non-human animals, and he replied because he was working at the roots, meaning it's the same impulse that gives a person a warrant to torture another human being, or to rape another human being, or to commit a murder of another human being. That's the same impulse that says it's okay to dominate an animal. Now, the law is ubiquitous, and in it can be our salvation. And although the law is a double-edged sword, we can also, it can work against us, but it can also be used to fix the world. Is there a plan to go along with all of this strum and drang that I'm throwing at you? Yes, there is, and I've been working on it for 30 years. Does it have a chance? Probably not. But I'll tell you what, it wasn't that tough to figure out, and I'm pretty sure there are probably hundreds, if not thousands, of other people in the world who are on the same track that I'm on. One day one of us is going to hit the right notes, and word will start to spread. So we'll see. In any event, it's been good having you guys. You've all tried really hard. I've been impressed by at different points. Each of you has done something impressive to me. So keep me in mind if you ever need a recommendation for anything or help with anything. Always try to think of me as a resource. I'll do whatever I can to help you guys move forward. That's what I got for you, and I'll throw this up online. I'm looking forward to reading your finals, and enjoy what's left of the summer, and continued success to all of you.